I want to send a huge shout out to Verizon, our new presenting sponsor. Third and Long is now powered by Verizon. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on any Third and Long content. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Third and Long presented by Verizon. I'm Eric Armstead, and today I got a special guest, 10-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, future Hall of Famer, the best offensive lineman I played with or against, cancer survivor, cancer advocate, a girl dad, like me, and one of the best teammates I've had throughout my career, Trent Williams.
I'm waiting for, the round of applause, man. No, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. So, appreciate you joining, bro.
Yeah, no problem.
You definitely been supportive when you heard I was going to start the pod, and we've been talking about you getting on, so.
Yeah, here I am, man of my word.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. So, we take it back a little bit. I want to start you from Longview, Texas.
Longview.
First time I heard of Longview was the Mock and Kelly freestyle, which went viral before going viral was a thing. Like, I don't even remember how I saw that freestyle. I just remember growing up playing football, everybody seen that joint. And when he said, head back to Longview, Kelly popped the trunk.
Yeah.
And he said, Longview, Texas in the corner. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, if you listen closely, you can hear me.
You in the background?
Yeah, in the back, saying Longview, stand up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So you from Longview, Texas? How was it growing up in Longview, man?
It's pretty Longview. I think it's just like everybody got the same, poverty-stricken neighborhoods and stuff. We ain't have much. Longview is a tough, gritty place. So, anybody you see come out of Longview that made it, you can guarantee one thing, they at least tough and done been through something and got some grit to them. So, Longview made me though.
Longview made you, for sure.
For sure.
You felt like football was like a outlet for you, something you could focus your attention towards to, help you through, your growing up in that environment?
Yeah, honestly, I think where I'm from, you kind of forced to play football, right? Like, I remember I was in the second grade and my brother was starting. He was in the fourth grade. He was starting his pee-wee football career, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I was over there on the swing set, chilling, wasn't thinking nothing about football. And coach looked at me, said, "Hey, you look like you big enough to play." My mom was like, "Nah, he ain't old enough." And he's like, "Well, one thing they're not gonna question if you're old enough. They might question if you're too old, but nobody gonna question if you're old enough." So they threw some pads on me then, and I think I was more concerned to like watching cheerleaders and stuff my first year. I was a running back. I didn't, I just I was literally just thrown in the fire. I had fumbling issues. I didn't play a whole lot, but it was forced upon me at a young age, and honestly, we all had big dreams. I wanted to be a basketball player, so that was kind of like my growing up is what I thought I'd be. And football was always like my second favorite sport.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have went to the NFL. That was a dream of mine, but I wanted to be professional in either sport, but basketball was like my main focus. So, football was kind of just always like, you're gonna play every year of mine, like you're gonna play. So I never really even thought about like going to college. We talk about Malcolm. I ended up at Oklahoma because of Malcolm, because I I didn't even really have a favorite college growing up. I didn't even see past like high school at that point. So, I think football was just kind of that saving grace that I maybe it took for granted, like a large part of my childhood, because my mom and dad really kind of like forced me to play, forced me to get off the basketball court. And and it ended up saving me in a lot of situations and keeping me out of a lot of trouble. So, it was one of the footballs like, it saved my life, so to speak. I know everybody say that, but I truly feel like that too.
No, for sure. Football was forced on me too. Same thing. My brother was playing, everybody was looking at me like, who this your little brother? Boy, big as hell. He ain't on the football field. And I was a hooper, I was doing my thing. And they was like, nah, you gotta get out there. So I tried it out, man. I hated it, bro.
Damn, you hated football?
What?
Dang.
I hated it, bro. All we did was run, conditioning. I was in the back of the Oklahoma drills, like, bro. I was counting like, man, who I got? I was like, hold on, 1, 2, 3. Oh,
yeah, you be like, yeah, let me get it. Let me scare here, man. Go in front of me real quick.
He got all the stick marks on his helmet. All right, bro. No, I hated it, bro. And, luckily my basketball coach, my AU basketball coach, convinced me to play again in 8th grade. And then, I got better and I fell in love with it. But I was terrible, bro. I was a par player, which is like they were mandated to put you in for a certain amount of snaps.
Dang,
so it was like they was picking and choosing like parts of the game. Like, all right, go ahead, get in now. All right, get him out.
Dang, nah, I can't say that. I ain't gonna lie. I love to compete. So anytime I was, when I was in 2nd grade, man, I don't even know why they put me out there. I didn't know shit about nothing. But from then on, I couldn't stand being sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not being a good player, whatever I was playing at the time, football. So really, for as long as I can remember, like I was always a standout.
You was
but
good.
when, I had to switch to put my hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Couldn't carry the ball no more, which that was like after my 3rd year of Pee Wee. That didn't last too long.
Yeah.
But then I'm looking forward to middle school. Like, okay, ain't no weight limit in middle school. I get to go. My dad used to say he played split end, whatever the hell that is. So
right.
I used to think like I'm gonna go
you're
play.
Making up positions.
Yeah, they made up positions. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go get to play tight end my 7th grade year, and shit, got to 7th grade year, and they like, bruh, you might be all right at tight end, but you looking good at offensive tackle,
Can't
man.
do it, brother.
You might want to sit it down. So I ain't gonna lie, I damn near quit. You know what I'm saying? And my mom, she wouldn't let me quit. Everybody's pissed at me, so I just like got forced into the tackle role. But I always like had aspirations of like carrying the ball, catching the ball.
Everybody do.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna say I didn't like football. I did. I played really well, but it wasn't the same as like basketball where like I could take the shot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's standing on their feet, for a block, especially if it's not a touchdown. You can go put somebody in the dirt, but if the quarterback gets sacked, like it still looks terrible on the offense. You know what I'm saying? So it was like one of those positions where, I think it's better for my personality now that I'm older, but it's one of the positions where shit, you got to do your job in the dark. You only come to light when it's a mistake or some, you know what I'm saying, something that somebody can point out.
Not a lot of glory for sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, I was good at basketball, so like when I wasn't good at football, I didn't like it. So I was like,
I can see that.
I was like, man, I'm just gonna hoop because like I'm good and I'm getting that like, people telling me I'm good and stuff, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna go do that because I'm not good at this yet. But I got better, and like I started playing my 8th grade year, and then I had a scholarship offer by my freshman year of high school. So it was like,
damn, for real? That's crazy.
Yeah, so it just kind of happened for me, but definitely changed my life as well too.
Bro, if I was 6'9", I'd still be hooping, bro. I topped out at 6'3", 6'4" in high school, and shit, possible like, man, you see Shaq, like you and Shaq play the same position, bro. You ain't gonna be 7 feet. So you might as well go and put all your eggs in this basket.
That was my goal too. I wanted to be the first person to play in the NBA and NFL. That was my goal. And
has somebody done that?
Nah.
No.
I think maybe like I think from what I researched, like I think like one guy did like in the 60s or like 50s or something, maybe. Some guy played for like I can't remember, but it ain't really been done. And that was like my goal. I remember I was in middle school. I was like, I want to be an Army All-American and a McDonald's All-American. And I want to play in the NBA and the NFL. And once I got to college and realized, I think I love going to Oregon. Obviously, everything turned out great for me, but that was one thing I kind of regret was like the basketball side of like my college career and not really getting that like opportunity. But obviously, I'm super blessed and
Yeah, it worked out, but
worked
I
out for
feel you.
sure.
I feel you. Little unfinished business.
Yeah, a little unfinished business for sure.
Yeah,
But
can't hate that.
when did you realize? So you started playing football. Obviously, when did you realize like, man, I can have like a real shot in this. Like this could be like what I do with my life.
Uh, I mean, honestly, I wasn't a very. I had a lot of scholarship offers, but I was a 3-star recruit,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a 5-star running back. Obviously, we had Malcolm Kelly, who was highly touted. So, like, I knew that I was good. I was getting attention, but I couldn't really see
See it.
the success. You know what I'm saying? Because just the position, it wasn't a lot of it wasn't. It's not a lot of measuring stick playing offensive lineman. Like you playing quarterback, you see arm power, you see X, Y, and Z,
Mm-hmm.
and for a lot of other positions. But to me, I think the time because I didn't make the Army All American game, of course, but I did get invited to the Max M Finger Bowl, which is I
What?
know. So hey, but look, it's crazy. I was a All-Star game. I'm like, damn, that's
Where
cool.
was it
So
at?
I think it was in Shreveport,
Okay.
Louisiana. They're 30 minutes down the road from me. So anyway, when I get there, we got like it's players like Lamar Houston. I met
Yeah,
Lamar
yeah, yeah.
Houston in that, you
Yeah.
know, and so
Nah, I'm sure some players played in it
yeah,
because
yeah, no, it was
a
some
lot of guys fall through the cracks. My brother played in like this East-West All-American game that was in Florida, and like looking back, it was like some dudes that
yeah.
like really played in it. I think like maybe like I think Cam Newton played in it. Some dudes. So dudes fall through the cracks all the time.
Yeah, and so I felt blessed to be there,
Mm-hmm.
and after the first practice, like literally everybody everybody I walked past was like, bro, you going to the NFL, bro? You
Yeah.
going to? Everybody kept telling me that. And
Yeah.
I honestly didn't understand what they seen because I just felt like I was doing what I just normally always did, but like that kept ringing in my head. Like even from finishing it, year out going to my freshman year at Oklahoma is like for some reason like that just kept ringing in my head. I'm like, damn, do I really got a chance? So that
Mm-hmm.
that woke me up and said maybe you do got a chance this. Maybe if you put a little bit more into it,
Mm-hmm.
and shit got to Oklahoma, started as a freshman. You know what I'm saying? I had to start like 8, 9 games as a true freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got freshman All American, I think at that point in my head, I'm like, yeah, I know the NFL is my next stop.
Yeah, I can do this for
Yeah.
sure. Man, it's crazy everybody's like football journey and like what has led us to like this stage right here. Also too, I heard you threw the shot put in high school.
Come on, man. Who told you that? hey,
Looking at
hey, look though. Hey, I used to do that shit just to get out of class. Like I would go throw the shot put, and I wouldn't know what I placed, or if I placed. I'd just be up in the stands, just enjoying the track meet. Maybe hear
I
my
know why you was trying
name.
to get to them track
Oh
meets.
yeah, you know why I was
I
trying
know
to get
why
to
you was
the
trying to
track
get to them
meet.
track
Yeah,
meets.
I was just trying to get out of school, man. That's it, kids. But no,
No.
I definitely I threw the shot put. I tried to sling the disc a couple times. I tried to do anything at that point, I was
Yeah.
trying to get out of class,
Nah, that's
bring
what's up.
time.
So obviously you from Texas, but like more than half your life you haven't lived in Texas now at this point,
Yeah,
you know?
you're right. I mean, I
Um,
live in Houston in the off season, so
yeah. But you've been other places, so you still feel like, you still feel like a Texan, like that's in you, or, you know,
yeah.
all those roots are made you
Nah,
who you are?
nah, I'm Texas man, through and through,
Nah, that's that's
And
what's
it's
up.
funny because like going all these different places, like you meet somebody, you automatically know that they from Texas, and you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying. And so, nah, I'm through and through Texas. I know when somebody's from Texas, like that's just, we bred different down. I know everybody say that California, y'all got y'all own little pride or whatever, but when it
Whataburger
come
or In-N-Out?
Whataburger for
Oh
sure.
my
So yeah,
gosh, bruh.
we not. That ain't
You
even a
too?
question. That ain't even a question.
Just
I
the
used to
burger?
lay in my bed and dream about Whataburger,
See,
bro.
I think that's what it is. I think them childhood like endorphins, and when you ate it, that's just gonna be stuck like on people.
maybe. I
Because it
don't.
reminds you of,
Yeah,
your childhood and
yeah.
stuff.
See, like Whataburger was like a weekend deal. It was like when Daddy, pops get his check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't got any leftovers today. We might be at that Whataburger drive-through for dinner. You know what I'm
The
saying?
ones I've been through ain't hit, so maybe I gotta go to the right
I
one or
mean, you
something.
saying In and Out?
Hmm?
You saying In and Out? That's your choice?
Yeah, over Whataburger for
What?
sure.
You can't even put bacon on your burger.
Yeah, see, well, I'm just talking
Bro,
about a
that's a
burger,
deal
bro.
breaker, bro. That's a deal breaker. You can't
Yeah.
even you can't put bacon on your burger. That's an American dream. Like the ground broke when they
They don't
put
give you
bacon
enough
on the burger
options.
for the first time.
I feel you.
Can't get
They don't
that.
give you enough options, but just a classic burger is it ain't much topping that for
Man,
$2.
Five Guys is over In and Out.
Five Guys is fire too. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
In and Out might not even get a medal if we had a burger Olympics. Like they might
You
not even make
wildin'.
the podium. You know what I'm
You
saying?
wildin'. In and
I'm
Out is
just
a
keeping
staple,
it. I'm
man, on the
just
West
keeping it a
Coast,
buck.
man.
It's a staple, but that don't mean it's like you said, it's just some endorphins y'all got with In and Out, and a lot of y'all just kind of. You blind. Y'all ain't had nothing better. Like you
Bro,
can't even.
I'm a fool.
McDonald's is the only thing In and Out is competing with out here.
I mean, you got all the other Burger Kings and all
Yeah,
that.
the Burger King. I mean, I wouldn't even. Burger King ain't even compete with McDonald's. Like I ain't like. You know what I'm saying? California is struggling when it comes to the burger.
Nah,
Population.
I wouldn't go that far, bro. I'm standing on In and Out. I'm standing on In and Out, but
you're supposed to.
Yeah, for sure. It's where I'm from.
You probably you try and get an endorsement or something. You try and get some lifetime free doubles or something like that.
That would
Hey,
be
shit.
that would be love, though.
Hey, In and Out. Shit, fuck with me. I eat double.
Nah, bro, you can't.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm saying if y'all handing out lifetime deals, shit.
Nah, you can't
Hey,
renege,
man,
bro.
I ain't reneging. I can make some little switch. Hey, my list is fluid.
Fluid list.
My list can move around. Whoever got the endorsement, I'll let your boy. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So switching gears, I see you got SBG on your hat.
Oh yeah.
Everybody know Silverback. That's your persona. That's what you go by. That's what you rep.
Yeah.
When did you take on that persona, and like what does that mean to you?
It was actually me and a group of friends in college. So we all kind of took on a persona, and that's what they nicknamed us, deemed us around the campus, And then when I got drafted, we was meeting with Roger Goodell like the day before the draft in his office and stuff. And I was really just joking around with him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, when you say my name, just say Trent Silverback Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just trying to give a shout out to the gang, let everybody know, you know what I'm saying? We made it.
Yeah.
And I honestly didn't think he was going to do it. So obviously when he said it, it stuck. And so everybody started calling me. But, now it's more so of a brand, and I got other, call them baby silverbacks, of people that I deem that I think play the game with that gorilla mentality, and and then so I'm branding these dudes that kind of signed to the brand. We just making a movement, you know what I'm saying? Just bringing some light to the trenches because everybody is so worried about who catching the ball, who throwing the ball, and you know what I'm saying. I think we kind of get lost in the mix. So me trying to shine a little light.
No, that's dope. I played O-line growing up.
I seen the footage.
Yeah. I played O-line growing up, and I don't feel like it was for me. I got more excited about the D-line side of the ball, obviously, and I could have chose. Some people wanted me to play O-line in college, but I was like, I'm gonna choose defense and see how that go. But I feel like for you, you have you brought a swag to the position.
Yeah.
You've kind of changed the narrative, like what you're doing, as far as both on and off the field. You bring finesse and physicality, tenacity to the position. You know, the way you're used is crazy as well too.
Yeah.
And like you talked about, you shine the light, but also, you know, you got all these young boys looking up to you, wanting to be like you, trying to dress like you. I'm like, dang, bro, like everybody want to wear a number 71. Everybody want to have the long sleeves.
Silverback gang, man.
Yeah. So how's that feel though? You know, how's it feel to, you know, kind of change the culture for your position and really be like the pinnacle of that, and then also, you know, these young guys looking up to you and how you can shape the position.
Yeah, honestly, man, that there in itself makes me feel more accomplished than any accolade, any Pro Bowl, any All Pro. You know, being knowing that I'm an influence and can be an influence in a good way, and knowing that guys look up to me how I looked up to Walter Jones when I was growing up, and knowing that some of the things that I had to custom custom build, you know, and tailor make to play to block certain guys like Ware and what have you, and things that I had to do. I just did out of instinct and just trying to find a way to subdue some of these guys who were wearing gold jackets, and to know that in itself kind of took his own um took his own life, and then took a life of his own, and kind of, you know, propelled it to a style that say, when you see it, you say, "Oh, that's Trent," you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like that to me, that's a that's a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing to see people that look like me wearing 71, people that play like me. Like I'm taken back every time. It never gets old. And I think first time it happened, it was maybe 7, 8 years ago. A guy came up to me after the game and said, "Hey, you the reason I wear this number, or you the reason I play this position." Like,
Mm-hmm.
and shit. I mean, honestly, it's really no words that can describe that when you think of, you know, being so influential to somebody who is your peer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not like I'm above anybody. Like, we're all employees of the NFL, or, you know, maybe playing in the NCAA or whatever. You know, they're taking the same route that I took, and to know that they use me as that light to
Mm-hmm.
follow and to guide them, you know, in their dreams. Like, it's a huge blessing.
Now it's got to be a surreal moment for you. You know, guys coming up, you know, saying that, and you know, really, like you said, cultivating and changing the position in a positive way, and really being the, you know, the pinnacle and the epitome of what, you know, guys are trying to aspire to achieve. You know, that's got to be a
Yeah,
great feeling.
it is
And
for sure.
I know it took a lot of hard work along the way. Um, so take me back to your rookie year. You know, what was your welcome to the NFL moment? Uh, you know, that like, dang, all right, I'm in the league. I gotta.
I'm welcome to my welcome to the league moment. It wasn't a moment; it was a whole game.
Damn. A whole
It
game?
was a whole game, man. Fucking
Longest game of your life?
what? Oh my god, yeah. Ware took me to the woodshed, man. That was my first first game ever lining up, and you know, I came from Oklahoma. I had never really studied an opponent. Like, I never
Mhm.
really watched film, never took notes. Like, you just go out there and blah. I kind of equated it to basketball, being able to hand check somebody. So I'm like, I just kind of, you know, I didn't use technique. I just played like an athlete. So I figured they got me to the NFL. That's what I'm gonna do on the next level. And, you know,
Yeah.
I was hearing all the talk about Ware, and, you know, some of the O-linemen just was in the locker room just talking about, like, man, when you look at him, look like his uniform is painted on.
Mhm.
Then you hear one dude like, man, he could tie his shoes standing up.
Mhm.
I'm thinking like, damn, this dude really like this, you
Yeah.
know. But I got all this pride. I'm like, man, forget it. I'm gonna go out there and just play like I play. And Coach Mike Shanahan, the Godfather, he called me in. I want to say it may have been a Thursday of that week. He was like, hey, man, you're not getting the chip. We're not sliding. We're not helping you. I mean, you're making 10 million a year. You're gonna have to prove it. You ain't gonna be here long if you don't. So I'm like, what?
What?
That kind, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That had my heart. That kind, I lost some sleep.
Nah,
I lost some
now,
sleep.
now when coaches see that's what I don't like when coaches start gassing up players to you. I'll be like, bruh, like,
Yeah,
all right, whose side you on, bruh?
yeah,
Like,
nah. He he knew. I think he knew that I wasn't taking it as serious as it really
Yeah.
was. Maybe I don't know, but he damn sure made me lose some sleep, and then so but I still got all this heart. I'm like, I'm a gorilla, man. I ain't worried about none of that. I'm
You
about
got
to
a
go
heart,
out here.
cuz? You got a
Yeah,
heart,
I got
cuz?
heart, man.
You
You
got a
ain't,
heart,
man, you
cuz?
ain't finna punk me, but
Yo,
I
you got a
got
heart, cuz?
heart. Yeah.
Nah, we ain't gonna whoop him.
So shit, I went out there. I'm like, man, you go out there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm looking at him. We calling the play. I'm down there, miss a call. I'm looking like, damn, this nigga arm long as hell. Oh shit, this finna get real. So then, first couple plays, he just use the speed. So I'm like, all right, speed, that's nothing. I can deal with that. I
Set
don't think
up.
nobody can really run around me. So 3rd and 8, one of them pivotal points in the game. You know what I'm saying? All right, here comes speed. Man, I opened up thinking I'm finna run this dude by. And next thing I know, I'm literally looking at the sideline as I'm falling. And next thing I know, I look back and he blowing the quarterback back out. I'm like, damn. That shit happened so quick. So now I'm kind of like, damn, that ain't never really happened to me. Like, cause in college, I had a clean sheet for the most
Mhm.
part. Like, I ain't saying I ain't get beat, but it just, you know what I'm saying? Not like this. Like, not
Yeah.
when I'm really on. Like, I'm thinking I'm on my shit right now. So,
Mhm.
all right, I'm like, all right. He get back to the speed rush, cool. But I'm really a little antsy. Here come another third and manageable. I mean, 3rd and long pass situation. Fucking, I'm waiting. I'm thinking he gonna spin. He blow right by me. Bow, blow the quarterback up again. So now I feel like shit. Like, I feel like the scum of the earth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't even remember the outcome of that game, but I remember like feeling like, damn, I
Yeah,
feel
like that feeling.
overwhelmed. Like, damn, I ain't know it's gonna be this hard. Like, this
Mhm.
shit is really, really, really tough. So
Yeah.
that was like my welcome to the league moment. And then I had Mario Williams, I think, was next, and it was Clay Matthews, and it was fucking Dwight Freeney. And then by the time Dwight came, I was just like, you know what? I'm fucked up. I'm finna start studying. Cause he made people look so stupid with that spin move.
Mhm.
I'm like, it's a Sunday night game. Like, it's another primetime game.
Mhm.
Like, I cannot be out here looking stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, so I studied him. I was like, if I can find a way to subdue the spin move, then I think my night would be a little easier.
Yep.
So I studied him. First time I studied somebody, and I just looked at him and I see, all right, every time he spin, he throw the inside hand, like basically to build momentum.
Mhm.
So I'm telling myself the whole week, soon as I see the hand, I'm gonna just jump to the inside. And if he fake spin, I'm gonna look stupid as
You look
fuck. But I
stupid.
hadn't seen a fake
He
spin
ain't
yet.
showed that though.
So the whole week, and I'm feeling really confident about it. I got my notes, I'm confident. And I go up right after the national anthem. I'm looking across the field. You know how you see dudes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking over there and I see him and Mathis, and it looked like, I don't even know if they paying me no attention, but it looked like they was staring dead at me. I'm like, damn, they don't watch that Demarcus Ware film. Like, man, they niggas trying to cook me. So I started getting a little nervous, and I went up to Coach first. I said, hey, Coach, I said, hey, man, you got any last tips for me,
You got any
man? So,
last tips?
man, he looked at me dead and I said, man, I ain't got nothing to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, honestly. You can't do it. Ain't nobody over here gonna do it. So your
We ain't got
best gonna
nobody
be
else. You
your
the best
best
we
gonna be
got.
our best. Like, just go do your best. I'm like, fuck. So that took away all the confidence I was building up throughout the week.
Mhm.
But then the first time I seen it, boom, I jumped to the inside, stopped the spin, and he looked at me like mid rush, like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, you
You
was
know what I'm saying?
studying.
He was like, good shit, young fella. Like. So I'm like, hell yeah. So I'm getting confidence, gaining confidence. And then, I mean, he bulled the shit out of me because I was waiting on the spin. He ain't
Yeah,
get to
boy.
the he ain't get to the quarterback. It wasn't no sack, but he put me on skates. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then that's when I realized, like, okay, I gotta still be ready for this, but I gotta be able to counteract it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like just going along those lists of like dominant Hall of Fame pass rusher. Like it sculpted me as a young player to know like it's mental. It's not all about physical traits. It's all about, about like mental, like it's like chess. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They playing chess and we coming from college playing checkers a lot of time.
Mhm. Well, two things. One, me and Nick talked about earlier, like wasting rushes at times to set up
Setups.
rushes, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what D Ware did to you. He was
Yep.
like, "Man, I'm gonna just jet upfield, jet upfield," and
Mm-hmm.
he gonna be like, "All right." He gonna think I'm gonna jet upfield, and then I'm gonna counter back inside. So that's one thing that I think as defensive lineman is important. But the other thing too is what you know being around you for some time now. I think that's what makes you so special is the mental part. I mean, obviously you're super gifted,
Yeah.
athletic and physically, but the mental part, being able to you know, study a guy, being able to switch up how you use your hands, um, switch up how you want to stop who you're playing against. I think not a lot of offensive linemen can do, and
Right.
they don't take that approach, which I
Yeah.
think makes you so special. Then that's what I noticed from the jump. Was like, man, he's not just a oh, I'm playing against a guy. Oh, he's a two-hand puncher. I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
this bag of moves versus a two-hand puncher.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really know where your hand placement is going to
Yeah.
be because
Yeah.
it's all based on you and how you feel and who you playing against. So
Yeah.
I
And
think that's
that you're right. And that, I think that's why I kind of started to mentor younger offensive linemen because it's so tough for O-line coach to give you that type of game and that type of blueprint because they're coaching all five positions and that's a very big part of the game, but it's a very small part of the game when you talk
mhm.
about just pass rush because that's only, you're only going to do that. We might play 80 plays, you might do that 20 times. So it's 20% of what the game actually is, but it's a game within a game, and it's with the time that they're allotted with us and the time that we have in a day, they don't have that much freedom to be able to teach a player all the nuances of how to stop this move and how to prepare for this type of player. So, and like I said, the game where when I got to the position, when I came in, when I put on the back flap, when I wore sleeves when it was cold, or wore sleeves because when it wasn't cold, when I wore it because I liked how it looked,
Mhm.
it was all frowned upon. And,
Yeah.
when I came out, or being with the DBs and kicking it with the wide receivers and like, not not walking and talking like an offensive lineman,
Yeah.
you know, 14 years ago it was frowned upon.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so now that not only myself, but there were other guys along the way to you know, they kind of had the same outlook I did and was like, we can be a free spirit. We
We
can
could be
have our own,
individuals.
yeah, we can have our own style. We don't
Yeah.
have to look like this or quote unquote big ugly. I
Mhm.
don't think I'm big and ugly. I might be big, but I don't think I'm ugly. So I, you know what I'm saying? So I don't fall into that box. So and that's what made me want to like say, hey, if you feel like I feel, shit, follow my lead
For
because it's a
sure.
it's a way that we can do this and be successful and look good doing it. You know what I'm saying? And let it be cool. When I was coming up, it was devastating to get put on the offensive line, the D line. You couldn't,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but now I want the kids to feel like shit. I want to play O line because I know that's the motor that makes this car go.
For
So,
sure.
you
So
know,
so important. I mean, football start with the trenches, bro. If
it
you
do.
if you
Really
don't got the
do.
trenches, and that's why it's the hardest thing to find. Like you look at college football, man, there's skill positions all around the country.
Yeah.
But only select schools got them
Yeah.
trenches. And that's
Yeah.
what the difference maker is. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's very important what you know, having empowering offensive linemen to be individuals because like you said, that's the reason I didn't want to play it.
Yeah.
Like I don't vibe with none of these dudes. Big, stank,
Yeah.
nasty, dirty, cheap.
All right,
Like,
now, come on, man.
oh my
All
bad.
right, god damn. I'm still offensive lineman now. Come on. We thinking shit. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but for real though, like I just didn't vibe with the mentality, the mindset. I was like, I can't stand it. But I met you. I was like, okay, they might be changing a little bit. They could be cool, bro.
Hey, the new crop of linemen, you know what I'm saying, coming up, we like it's a whole different outlook. And like me going back to Oregon, shout out to Oregon and Nike, Nike campus, going to the opening and seeing these kids that with personality, like, you know what I'm saying, rocking they stomach out, you know what I'm saying, having a shirt pulled up, like having the swag towel hanging out, having the back flap out, that's the confidence that we have now. Like, but I didn't have that at that age. Like, I would have never, you know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I like to look cool and style, like, I ain't had the confidence to do that. And now seeing all these kids with the confidence do it, just, you know what I'm saying? It makes me feel good. So I feel like we're in the offensive line position is in a really good state right now. It's only gonna get better.
No, that's what's up for sure. Obviously, you accomplished a lot. We talk about, the position you're in right now as an offensive lineman and how you change the culture. And we know the player you have been. What continues to motivate you at this point in your career?
Shit, I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? And I still got gas in the tank. And I don't think I think I'll be doing not only myself and my family and most importantly, God a disservice if I left anything in the tank. If I, you know what I'm saying, he blessed me with such an abundance of skill and genetics, and it's to me like, my blessing for me to show how much I appreciate that blessing. I got to continue to put it out into the world till there's nothing left. And I feel like um, I was blessed with a certain set of skills that gave me a shot to be the best offensive lineman to ever play the game. And I feel like I've reached that potential. I feel like I'm continuing to push that, continuing to push Father Time back. And I just want to continue to show and prove that I'm the best offensive tackle that ever played the game. And that's all in my mind frame. So every year I come back and I feel like I can be that same player or better, I'm here, and then when I start to decline, I can walk away, and 20 years playing football, I think it'll be okay for me to say, all right, time to pass the torch. But, that's really what keep me motivated.
No, that's what's up. I think you're well on your way too. You know, the I think there's different generations which are tough to compare, but I think you definitely put yourself in that conversation. And a lot of people haven't been through, what you've been through throughout your career as well too. And everyone knows someone that has dealt with cancer.
Yeah.
And so you never think it's going to be you.
Yeah.
Until it is, and we know the seriousness of it. And so tell us what was going through your head when you found out that you had cancer, and where were you at mentally?
Honestly, man, that shit was such a surprise. Like, I'm coming off another Pro Bowl year, and like, physically, I didn't really feel a sign. I didn't feel any ailment. I knew I had this spot on my head that I was told not to worry about, so I didn't worry about it. So, so then going from up here to getting something like a cancer diagnosis, it felt so unreal. It was really hard to have any emotions at that time. Like, I felt like, at that point I was just there. I was just living and breathing. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really know where I was mentally. All I could think about was like my kids, like damn, like, how will they be if I'm not here? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all I was really thinking about. I didn't even think about like dying in itself. I just thought about like the impact that they would have if that was to happen. So like it was such a blur. You know what I'm saying? And then got the diagnosis, and then it just every doctor visit it kind of got worse, and it got once they got more knowledge, because it was a very rare form of cancer. It wasn't anything that any doctor would deal with on a regular basis. So
Mm-hmm.
going undiagnosed to me, I wasn't like I wasn't mad about it because I just looked at it as you know as a real human thing to overlook that. I overlooked it. I didn't think it. I would have never thought it was cancer. So
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't angry about that or anything. It was just like, but to know that the lump I was feeling was cancer, I kind of knew in the back of my mind, like every visit they starting to learn more and more, they're gonna know, how long it's been there. Cause I knew it'd been there for some years. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping that time wouldn't, make it worse. I'm thinking
Right.
hopefully it just, they said it was a slow moving type of mass. So, um,
You were hoping like that you didn't want to regret like not taking care of it and it had gone
well,
too
I had
far.
already instantly regretted it because I knew that, I thought about it way too much for it just to be, a sis. Like I was like I knew I fucked up by just. I mean, I ain't gonna say that I didn't have any regret because I got it looked at several times.
Mhm.
I had regret because I knew because it was starting to set in. Like, damn, it's really been here 5 years. Like now we're reading up on the cancer and how the tumor actually grows. Like it doesn't grow in size. It's like roots, like in a plant. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it has basically tentacles. So
Mhm.
I'm thinking like now I'm starting to get more and more nervous
Nervous,
about
yeah.
like, damn, it's been there so long. It could have spread to my brain because it's
Mhm.
so close. And then like the fourth or fifth doctor visit, I'm scheduled to get it removed on a Thursday.
Mhm.
On Tuesday, they said, "Hey, we're gonna do a quick MRI scan to kind of see so we can formulate the route of how we're gonna remove the tumor and X, Y, and Z." So I'm like, "Cool." When did the MRI? Then Wednesday, I get a call like it's like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock. For a doctor's office, a call
Mhm.
at that time, it's kind of it wasn't normal. So they called and they was like, "Hey, where you at?" I'm like, I'm like maybe 45 minutes to an hour away, especially with traffic. They was like, "We need you to come in." I'm like, "Damn, but it's gonna be a minute. I
Mhm.
know y'all getting ready to close." And they was like, "Well, it don't matter. However long it take you to get here, we gonna be here." So I was like, "Damn," that kind of made me feel a little uneasy.
Mhm.
So I stopped everything I was doing. I had to actually go to this one alone because my mom was keeping the kids.
Mhm.
So I had to go. And my mom, she a nurse, so she was with me at, at damn near every doctor visit. So I never really went in there alone. So anyway, this one I had to go alone, drive all the way out there. And when I get there, obviously it's late. Doctor office is closed, and it's just one nurse and the head doctor there. So I walk in, uh, sit down. The room already kind of dark because it's windows, but the sun going down. So, but I'm like, damn, the nurse kind of looked like she tearing up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, that feel odd, but she not really saying nothing. And then the doctor walk in and his eyes look heavy. So honestly, when I seen him like tearing up, I couldn't even look at him. I was just looking up into the corner of the room.
You didn't want it to be real.
Yeah, and it was like he was like, "Man, I don't know how to say this, but you know, you might he was just like beating around. But I'm like, what is it? I can't play football no more. Just put it on me. I'm already kind of anticipating, you know what I'm saying? I'm waiting. So he was like, no, football like the least of your worries at this point. So when he said that, I just kind of like, oh shit. And then I just braced myself and he was like, yeah, man, think you need to like get closer to the girls, stuff that really matter. Cause like from what I seen, I don't know how. Uh, he's like, it looks pretty serious. I don't know how long you got left. You know what I'm saying? Like like you need to get your affairs in order. I was
Mhm.
like, damn. So when he said that, like, I don't know, like it was like an out of body experience. Like it was almost like it just wasn't real. Like I'm just like I had a 45-minute hour drive to get home.
Mhm.
And I honestly, like, when I pulled up in the driveway, I had no clue how
How
I
you got
got
back?
there. I
Mhm.
really didn't. Like, I sat in the car for a minute, and then when I got home, I just went in my room. I didn't even say nothing to my mom, and then like I don't know. I just couldn't even like I couldn't even really put this shit in words. You know what I'm saying? So, but then they flew me to a different doctor, and he was like, "Well, we got new technology to where we can see it more in depth. Um, we can see like basically they can see like the cancer cells or something like that."
Mhm.
So so I got the scan and they was like, well, we seen what the doctor seen. They showed me the scan that he looked at. And it was like, so it does like the cancer is like the tumor is attached to your skull, but the cancer, what it looks like well, on his scan, because it's like an
Mhm.
older scan, looked like it already metastasized, but he was like, we can see right here through the 3D scan that it's attached, but it hadn't metastasized through.
Mhm.
So shit, they was just basically like, we got to get it done like right now,
Mhm.
or shit, it could be. We don't know when it's gonna do. It could be within the next hour. It can take a week, but we ain't really got enough time. So I basically had to. Cause my mom wanted me to get a second opinion, and it was like we ain't got time to do that. So
Mm.
shit, went on ahead, had to shave my head, and went on and got surgery like the next night. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Then so
So it happened fast.
yeah, it kind of it the surgery part, like after that scary diagnosis, like it kind of happened fast after that. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? I was just in the hospital for probably like 2 weeks or so.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
So you beat that. Surgery went well,
Yeah.
recovered well, and that year you were just, more focused on your life, and
Yeah.
instead of football. You didn't play football that year.
Hmm.
Sat out the whole year, but I did hear that the Chiefs wanted to sign you for our Super Bowl in 2019. Was that true?
No, nah, I don't know. No, yeah, the Chiefs. I think my agent did talk to them, but I was, because I came back. So the surgery happened in February on Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
So by like August, I was like cleared,
Mhm.
cleared to like start back doing activities and stuff.
Mhm.
So by the trade deadline, I was pretty much, I was pretty much ready to go,
Mhm.
and we was trying to get traded at that point, and obviously I was supposed to come here,
Mhm.
um, and our same thing happened with the Kirk Cousins trade. Like they just turned it down out of spite,
Mhm.
that Dan didn't like Cal and Mike, so
Mhm.
they turned it down. Like we're not sending you there. At that time, y'all was undefeated. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And y'all was coming into Washington. I think y'all that was the rain game.
Yeah,
Y'all was
yeah.
like eight
That
and
was like
zero
week 5.
or seven. It was the eighth week in
We
the
were
season.
we were 5-0.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
and then
Yeah, so
we had got up to 8-0 that year.
yeah, so
Mhm.
it was the trade deadline, and that game happened like in the same week.
Mhm.
So it was like we definitely not sending you over there. So and that kind of like you know that killed my chances of playing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, for the rest of that year. But I was ready. I was ready to come back. It took me a long time. I had a big hole to dig out of because once I got that cancer diagnosis, I didn't do anything. Like I didn't lift, I didn't run.
Mhm.
So I'm going 7 months. The longest time in my career without basically without even breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But so that the rest of that year plays out, um, and then you're able to get back into it, and then we trade for you
Hmm.
in the off season,
Yeah.
and so you're coming. to us, to the Niners. A lot going on at that time. COVID was going on. You were
Yeah.
coming off of that year, but you obviously got back to a great place. And I remember, you coming in training camp and being able to be around you and see like how special you were. And, that year you go on to have an all-pro season,
Mm-hmm.
receive the largest contract for all.
Actually, I didn't even get all pro that year.
You did in 2020.
Nah, I got it in 2021.
You didn't get all-pro in 2020?
I didn't even make second team.
That's crazy.
You know how it go.
So, Pro Bowl season.
Pro Bowl season for sure.
And you get the largest contract for offensive lineman in history.
Yeah.
What was the numbers on those?
I don't even remember. Bro.
We can look it up. It was I know it was in the Hearns. A Hernet.
Yeah, it was
Hernet or something.
It was a Hern. It was a
Hernie Burn.
Little Hernie Burn. Yeah, it was a Hern. Little Hern something. I don't really know the details, but yeah.
I remember congratulating you on the Pro Bowl, and I was like, I know you've been to a lot of Pro Bowls, but I congratulated you on this one. And I said, like, I know you've been to a lot of them, so it might not be that crazy to you, but congratulations. Yeah. And you were like, nah, this one was special because of what I went through and had to come back from.
For sure. Yeah, it definitely was because, I guess I was just thinking about like at the depths of dealing with that, like making another Pro Bowl was so far out of the realm of thought. Like, it's kind of surreal to even get back. Like even I remember just the night before the game, like I was just standing on my balcony the night before we played the Cardinals, just like looking up and at the moon, like damn, like just thank God I couldn't even believe like I got back to where I thought was completely gone. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that I had a lot to prove because of just the way I left Washington. There was a lot of doubt, and then last thing I hear from them is that you got to prove that you even can be a part of this organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I felt like I was like my play on the field, which I hadn't even seen it take a decline within the 10 years I've been in the league. I feel like, damn, like I'm dealing with something that had nothing to do with an ACL or hamstring or nothing that had to do with my physical capability. I'm dealing with like just a cancer. So, I didn't think me taking the time off to deal with that, people would question whether I'm still able to run or block or do those things. So, I think that was probably the first time, in a long, long time that I can remember like my ability being questioned on the field. So, I just had a different fire burning, in the pit of my stomach just that season. And honestly, it just carried me on because every time I go into the locker room, every time I put them helmets on, I flash back. I think about the time where Doc said, "Hey, get your affairs in order." I think about that often, and honestly, it made me a better player because I don't take it for granted. I know how quick it can be taken away without warning. I didn't have a warning, so I think the whole process just it made me a better player, and at 10 years in the league.
Well, obviously, Kyle and John didn't believe in the decline, and they brought you in. And Kyle, I feel like, even though you're offensive lineman, Kyle uses you like an offensive weapon.
Yeah.
Which, and you open up a whole new side of his playbook with your ability. Can you talk about that? Talk about how fun that is to be an offensive lineman, but a coach is drawing up plays for you?
Nah, that's dope, man. It's really dope. Not only Kyle, but Mike McDaniel, he had a lot to do with it. And, but them just letting me know, like, hey, you can be the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole play may be designed to it may be a bad look, but you can be the difference in getting this guy cut off where it doesn't seem like he should be able to get cut out of this gap, or he shouldn't be washed out of this gap. The defense says he shouldn't, and you can do that, or you could go out there and run down a guy that probably half your size, and you know what I'm saying, and
Mhm.
running 4.5s or whatever, just taking the right angles and knowledge of like how to attack in the open field. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like giving me that confidence to know, like, damn, I'm not just protecting the quarterback. Like I'm just as valuable to this running game as the guy that's toting the ball, and I can
Mhm.
make certain things happen. And you know, it's cool because Kyle is the type of person that he's called me after the game like, hey man, I can't believe you did this. This shit cool as hell. Like I appreciate, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he gives me that affirmation of like, damn, like, we appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? And keep being you, keep being, finding different ways to help us, help us move forward. And I do it, but yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I think, that's what this game is going to. If you can get
Mhm.
an offensive lineman that can do multiple things, like, I mean, you should lean on them. And
Yeah.
there's certain situations where I know that no matter what happens, if I don't get this block, this play is not going to be successful. And
Mhm.
I thrive well in those positions, those pressure packed positions. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Well, when we get to the film self scout part of the show, we'll definitely break down some of those plays. Couple more for you. Midway through the season, what's your mindset the rest of 2023?
Man, I just want to get back. Got this little bad will. I just got to get back on the field, man. And
Mhm.
you know, coming just I felt like it's in a really good position. And, you know how being hurt feel. You just feel
Mhm.
useless for like, when you're not out there, when you're not helping, when just
Mhm.
feel useless. Like no matter what you've done in the past, like me as a person, I just feel like a useless person. Like if I'm just watching from the sideline, even though I can give knowledge or whatever, but I would love to lead by example. I don't want to
Mhm.
just tell somebody, I want to show somebody. So,
Yeah.
my main focus is just trying to get back healthy. You know what I'm saying? And felt like I was in a really good place prior to, and just
Mhm.
getting back to that and helping the team. Man, I know we
Mhm.
we need that shot in the arm.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, be a perfect time. Obviously, you'll be back soon. Be a perfect time. November, December football. That's when we got to be at our best as captains
Yeah,
on the team, and I know we will be. I love this part of the season. It's kind of put up or shut up. Got to
yeah.
opt to get there and put yourself and your team in position,
Oh,
and we gotta go do that. So I know you'll be back leading us. Um, Switching a little over to what's going around the league. You're a student of the game. Who are your top five tackles in the NFL right now? I know you got a lot of guys, young guys looking up to
yeah,
you,
for
so
sure, for
you don't
sure.
want to leave nobody out. But if you
Yeah.
had to give me some names,
All right, and I don't want to put them in any particular order
no order.
because I think all of these kids is playing outstanding. But I'm a huge fan of Tunsil. I love his game.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Laramie Tunsil,
Laramie
Texans.
Tunsil of the Texans. I love Panay from Detroit.
Penei Sewell from Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon
Go,
kid. I love the way he played, man.
yeah,
Like he kind of like flashback, like seeing that mean streak in him,
yeah.
and like watching him play reminds me a ton of myself. I
You got
think.
that. Got that. He brings that tenacity, that
Yeah,
that physicality to the game. Where it's like, you could play against guy like being a defensive lineman. Like you play against a guy, you're like, all right, this man may block me, but like I'm not like I play against him all day
yeah,
because I ain't really tripping. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like I know
Yeah,
I'm gonna get some. He might block me. He good. He can
right,
block me.
right.
But then there's certain guys you play against. You're like, dang, I really gotta like be on my.
Yeah, you gotta be on.
Yeah, I
He'd
really gotta
embarrass
be
you.
on my.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, he is skillful, physical, aggressive player. He only gonna get better. So I
Mhm.
love watching him play. Um, I love Tristan from Tampa. Him moving to the left side this year. I think that's a big year for him. He's been playing well. I love watching him play.
Yeah, he's Tristan works real good.
Yeah, Tristan works real strong. You know, really good feet. Um, who else? There's so many, man. I got you know, um, obviously. Oh yeah, I like my boy Dare Shaw. I
Mhm.
think he's coming along pretty well. I think he's gonna be he's only continuing to get better. Andrew from New York,
Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas is only trending. He's trending in the right
He's
direction. I
got a lot
believe.
better from his
Yeah,
beginning to
he's
where he's at
made
now.
he's made some of the biggest jumps in my opinion from year to 1 to 3 to 4 as a young old lineman I've seen. So I love what he brings to the game. Who else? I mean, we got it's obviously and it's some young guys who I think are really on their way. Probably couple years they'll be in that same conversation. I like the young kid from Arizona, Paris Johnson from Ohio
Oh,
State.
Paris Johnson.
Yeah, I think he got that dancing bare feel to him.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
he was solid. He's athletic. Um, you know, different in the sense that he's a little taller.
yeah,
So, but athletic, he plays hard,
yeah.
physical.
Yeah,
I think I think he'll be I
a
think he'll be
couple good
good
off
too.
seasons, couple good off
Yeah, I
season
think
to
he'll be
him.
good too.
Get his grown man strength. I
Mhm.
think they got him a really good tackle. My boy Anton from OU, who we
Mhm.
plan to see him this week.
Mhm.
I think he has very, very high potential, very
Was that
high
Harrison?
ceiling. Yeah,
Okay.
very high
Yeah,
ceiling.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah,
No, I just started watching the film,
yeah,
but I didn't because he's a rookie, right?
yep,
Yeah, I
yep.
hadn't seen him
He's
before,
a
so
pup. He a pup, but he
yeah.
he got he made of the right stuff.
Mhm.
I think he'll be a really good player coming into his own in a couple years. Let me see. You think I'm forgetting anybody? I
I mean, you
love.
definitely leaving some people out that might be hurt, but I mean, that's your
Like who
list.
you who you who you who
Nah,
am
I
I leaving?
mean,
I mean, you hear me out. You ain't give me a chance to contemplate and think of a list.
nah, I
Coming
think
off the
that
top.
was.
Who
I,
hurt? Who hurt?
I mean, it's gonna be a lot of people hurt because
Oh, I thought
you
you
they
saying that somebody was hurt. No,
nah nah
see,
nah you they
and
big
I'm
homie.
asking, and I'm really answering this
Like,
kind
damn,
of
bro, he ain't
basically.
shout me out, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me,
But I ain't,
I look like I like watching everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I like, for instance, I like watching Jedrick. From
yeah,
Cleveland because I really he looks so similar to me on
yeah,
film, and I know that he was taught the same things I was taught, and
yeah,
he watched a lot of my film, so I like the way he uses his hands, his quick
yeah,
set, the way he changes setup. Like I get a lot of intel watching him go against a pass rusher more
yeah,
so than I would against
yeah.
another lineman watching him because
Right.
he plays so similar. So I
Play
get to
similar.
see how does he react to
Yeah.
uh inside outside punch, or how does
Mhm.
he react to a quick angle set. So
Mhm.
I like watching a guy like him is very very like if I see that they play Cleveland, I'm gonna go turn that film on
Yep.
first because I get a kind of a glimpse of how it'll be for me. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So it's a ton of players out there, man, that I look up to. And even the big dude, the one on the other side, big was Dewan
Yeah, DeJuan
from
Jones. Yeah.
Dewan Jones from
Yeah. He
yeah,
alright,
that
bro.
bruh, he seeing somebody that big, he reminds
He
me of like
alright.
Mekhi Becton, which I
Yeah.
like him as well. He's battling
Yeah.
back from injuries. But I think he was before he got hurt, man, he was annihilating people and he was
Yeah.
making such huge strides,
Yep.
when it comes to talking about being a great football player. So obviously he been banged up and this is a banged up league. You're
Yeah.
gonna deal with that eventually. So, I'm excited to see, his body at work after he get his feet under him and,
Mhm.
get his health back on the right track.
Yeah,
Um,
Trent Brown is the one for me out of the big dude, like the big
oh
dudes
yeah.
who's like, I played with him for years, got drafted together, and he been, you know, a lot of people don't want to play against him. I know
Yeah.
that for
See
sure.
see, like Trent, I kind of look at him like me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like a he like my little bro, but you know what I'm saying? He
Mhm.
like a OG. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? and shit. Just it watching him, like you said, I think he is like the blueprint. You talking about those throwback tackles at 6'9"
Six
and
nines, yeah.
380, but can stay in front of these guys. And
Yeah.
I love watching Trent because he uses his hands. You know what I'm saying? And he got all of this mass, and he don't lean. He keeps
don't
it.
lean
He
and
keeps it
grab. He's not a
balanced.
grabber.
Yeah, and that to me, that's impressive. But that's just I'll just give you a list of like all the young guys I like. But obviously Lane, like Lane Johnson, shit, we played on the same college team. So, I look at him as like got us side by side. You know what I'm saying? Like he, in my opinion, probably one of the better right tackles that's ever played the game.
For sure.
And I think he is
Lane's a great player.
He's played himself into that debate, and I don't really, I wouldn't debate with it. He get my nod, but he a Boomer Sooner guy, East Texas guy, so
Oh, you from Texas too?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, Lane's obviously a great player. Before we get to the film, your daughter is here. I'm a girl dad. I know you're a girl dad. Yeah. So talk about fatherhood, being girl dads, man. I know it's a special part of life.
No, it definitely is. And me and baby girl finna go shopping. So she just turned 14. So I'm father of a
Happy
teen.
birthday.
So man, it keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? Like her and her sisters, that's kind of like my why. The reason that, I'm fight to the very end, And I know I'm preach to the choir because you got daughters, but they change you. They change you as a person, change your outlook. They change how you view women. It just changed you altogether. And I just want to be the best example for them as who when they look at a man, you know what I'm saying, and I want them to know that, hey, daddy, I respect women. You know what I'm saying? Being a gentleman is important. Chivalry is not dead. Like that's what you deserve.
For sure.
And daddy go to hell in a handbasket for you, regardless of no matter what. So
yeah, that you loved.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be there for you. And really, like, it's an important responsibility because how they view men is really gonna be like how they view us. Like, how we treat them is what they're gonna put up with when they encounter men in the rest of their lives. I don't got teenage daughters. I don't know.
Road ahead of you, brother. Long road ahead of you.
I don't got teenage daughters. I'm scared of that one. Boy, it's coming. But nah, so switching over to the next segment of the show is called Self Scout. So I got some plays. We can talk technique, break it down.
Alrighty.
Yeah, let's get into it. So you can hold it and talk about it. I wanted to preface this play right here. So this was back in 2017, playing against Trent. First time playing against him. I broke my hand the first play of this game, but I'm thinking it's just a bruise. So I'm playing through it. And I played through the whole half, but this is a play right here where I'm going against Trent, and I'm only using one hand. So go ahead, tell him. Go ahead, break it down, Trent. When you see me line up across you, what you?
Honestly, I'm thinking like, all right, this motherfucker tall as shit. So I'm like, man, let me try to cut the distance because I had a tight end right there. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I was in a wide 9.
Yeah, he in a wide 9. So let me try to cut the angle on him real quick. And this dude come slap the shit out of me. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that shit, it pissed me off because it damn near kind of like dazed me a little bit. And I ain't even really know where you went. I'm like, damn.
That's all I had, bro. My hand, bro.
I was came out of left.
That's literally
field.
all I had. All I had was like, bro, if I hit him with, if I touch him with this left hand, I'm gonna die,
bro.
So let me just throw this right, see what happened.
Man, that's illegal. First off, fucking hands to the face. Then I wanted to catch back up and try to dry you in the dirt or something, bro. I was mad as hell. And 'cause you can see like my feet got all like twisted. Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, you dazed me. I felt it stung
Bro,
too.
that's all I had, bro. I didn't even mean to do
Yeah,
that. I just was like,
that really just pissed me
I was
off
like, bro,
watching
I
that
only got
again.
one hand. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just throw this joint and see what happened. All right, let's
I
go.
remember exactly how I felt when that shit landed. Like this shit hit me right here.
So this was a
Let's
tackle trap play. Trent kind of finished me. I was like, damn, I gotta get him back.
Let me see. Oh yeah, nah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I took the liberty of trying to finish you up with a pal, but I'm not a fan of this play, bro. Cause I'm telling Coach Dog that shit hurt. I run dang 10 yards into somebody who looking me up. Like it
Right.
ain't a trap. Man. He
Like I
looking
can see
dead
that.
at me.
I can see that coming.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
bro.
seen you. I threw all I had. Like I said, I ain't have much. My hand was killing me. I threw my right shoulder in there, and typically, like when I play plays like this, I hit him with my shoulder, and I always know the play's inside because you're trying to kick me out. So I hit you with my right shoulder, and I try to fall back inside. But bro, you had me. You grabbed me. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah,
You about to finish me.
Nah, cause I ain't gonna lie. When I seen you looking me up, that's when I started kind of stuttering. Like, damn, I ain't got no kill shot. Cause I'm thinking, I'm hoping that I get like a kill shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause the tackle supposed to like influence you a little bit to make you look at him. You know what I'm saying? So when I came, I'm like, I ain't even crossed the center. He already looking me up. So I kind of like started to stutter. And I really was just trying to thud up. Cause I ain't want to miss. And then you hit me, shit, you kind of stood me up. And I felt the center, and I was like, I can finish his ass.
That's why I was like, bro, nah. I stood him up. And then I was like, dang. All right, I stood him up. Let me slide inside. He like, nah, bro, you coming with me.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I gotta finish this one because that ain't go how I wanted it to go. This supposed to be a kill shot, man.
He was like, bro,
the scout team DN ain't looked me up, bro. In practice, this shit was a kill shot. So I'm like, damn.
That's hella funny.
Let me go and finish this.
Nah, that's a play I definitely remember though. All right. You can click through and find a good one you want to talk about.
All right, the one versus Arizona, we ended up getting a good result on this play. Then we got a first down, I believe. No, almost first down. We got 7 yards. This play was kind of the DN was already walked out over the slot. So really I got the DB, but since they messed the play up by walking him out over the slot, I basically had to compromise, and I just took the defensive end that was over the receiver. You know, and then the center played off of me, and he took the safety. And that's why we were one short, because generally I would be on the safety and the center would be taking most dangerous between this inside linebacker and this safety that's running the tunnel right here, the eraser. So since we had to basically fix this on the go, I take the DN, he took my safety, and then the running back, they just got to deal with the unblock. You know. So that play was a good play, but you know, obviously it was in the tool.
Talk about you. You know, you facing a rusher like Micah and kind of your mindset and playing against some of these premier guys.
Yeah, well, like Micah, for instance, he's a guy that's like, I use basically the way I think of him is pressure bust pipes, right? He gonna apply pressure from his first step. Like he either gonna run by you, you know, stick move to the inside, or every now and then he gonna power you. But it's all gonna happen really, really quick. And so, in my opinion, if you're gonna do things really quick and fast, and it's hard for you to play hands. You know, when guys play hands, it's usually a tempo deal because you're timing a punch. So when I see a guy like that, I kind of feel like I got the freedom to put my hands and kind of throw my hands and because a lot of times we think about throwing hands, you don't never want to get them swiped.
For sure.
Because that's the way you lose the quickest, right? So, but going against a guy like him, if you don't put hands on him, you'll lose because once he gets the edge,
Yeah.
he's not big, but he has natural leverage because he's shorter
Mhm.
and he's strong. He's
Strong
really
and fast,
yeah,
quick.
he's really strong. He's a lot stronger than what people may think,
Mhm.
especially coming out of a 240 frame.
Mhm.
So yeah, in my opinion, I had to just get to the spot and you put some type of hand in his chest, and then once you can knock him off his stride, then it eventually turns into power.
Mhm.
And then if you can get him to power you after you've already knocked him off his stride, then the
Yeah.
power obviously isn't as
It
strong.
isn't effective, yeah.
You
'Cause it's
let
not
him
direct. It's like I gotta convert to power.
right, but where most offensive linemen kind of mess up versus Micah, in my opinion, because the speed scares you. You don't want to punch at that. You want to grab that.
Mhm.
And when you grabbing, that's when he uses his power to run through the chest and like
Yeah.
open you up and have you leaning. So in
Mhm.
the next play, you leaning and he's picking the edge and it's once you get into that battle with him, it's really really hard to block him.
Mhm.
So that's kind of when I scouted him, that was like my diagnosis of him, how that's how I would have to block him. So
Mhm.
that's you see me here, I'm just stabbing him once I stab, and I made him convert his speed rush into the power. I was able to sit it down at the top. A lot of people think you got a punch. It's not really a punch. It's just more of a stab. It's like
Mhm.
if you in a street fight, you know, a haymaker, somebody gonna see that more so than a jab. It's
Right.
like you see guys who can jab real well, can box really well. So
Mhm.
that's where boxing kind of translated over for me. I used to think of my stab as a jab as opposed to a right hand,
You do a
cross.
lot of boxing, you feel like boxing helps your
Yeah,
game?
yeah. I think boxing definitely. Started boxing, man. Like I started in 2011. Started in 2011, but I ain't really get serious in it until like 2013,
Mhm.
2000, yeah, 12, 13. So yeah, that's how long I've been boxing and like implementing that into my cross training.
I think they got some, of you and Myles on there too.
Going versus Myles really was like probably one of my biggest challenges to date. I mean, other than like opening day versus Demarcus Ware, but and simply because the way when I study him, the way to block him is to take away space, and it's really hard to take away space on the road
Mhm.
because you got to look in at the quarterback. I mean, look in at the center. At the ball being snapped, you can't hear a cadence. So
Mhm. What do you mean by take away space?
So, like, we go back to the first spot where I played you.
Mhm.
See, when you was in the wide nine,
Mhm.
instead of me vertical setting and meeting you
Angle.
at the spot, I angled out
Mhm.
to you to take away your length,
Mhm.
right? So that's the same thing with him. When I looked at Myles, I knew that he wasn't a huge change of direction guy,
Mhm.
but his jump off the ball is like second to none.
Mhm.
Obviously, his 40 time and explosion is well documented,
Mhm.
you know. So that's what makes it tough because you going at an angle while he going so fast up the field. It's really easy for him to out leverage you. You know what I'm saying? But if you vertical set and try to meet a guy like that who's 280 running a 4.5,
Mhm.
try to meet him 6 yards deep, you're gonna be in the quarterback lap. Both of
Quick
y'all are gonna be on the ground. He gonna
quickly.
sack you against the quarterback.
Mhm.
So I had to kind of and I was really confident in my game plan. And then what third drive get rolled up.
Mhm.
So now it's double tough because my ankle is swelling as we
Yeah.
go. So I'm losing power to push out and get into his space. So so you can even just see like right here. I'm turning so early because I'm giving away technique to get to him early. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I can't get there with technique because of the way how the game is. I'm on the road. I can't.
Mhm.
We going on silent snap.
Yep.
Shit, he lining damn near up off sides, and
Yep.
he Miles Garrett. He can get 2 to 3 offside penalties, and the coach won't even bat an eye.
No.
So, once he gets that cadence timed up, it's really tough. So now I'm throwing technique out the window just to close space, because I know that if I can make him turn into his power while we are 2-yard, 3-yard depth, I got a chance, as opposed to taking his power on 5 yards depth.
Mm-hmm.
And we, like I said, we would be on the quarterback. So right here, you see me, I'm jumping out to him and basically making him pick his side, and I'm getting to his near point, and I just try to, ride the near point past the depth of the quarterback. And that's where, you and the quarterback got to be on the same page, because at this point we playing a game of inches. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm, here, his feet is probably 3 yards away from the quarterback feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good one, but it got close a few times. So, but yeah, that was just my game plan, was to get to his inside shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and force him to either turn it into a power faster than he wanted to, or make him try to run around the edge while I could,
While
push
you're on
him
his
up the
near
field.
hip and
Yeah,
can watch him up the field.
yeah.
Well, that's tough. I mean, you've seen a lot of rushers, played against a lot of great players, so being able to adjust like that, especially while getting injured and still being able to adjust.
Yeah. And see, so on this one, I couldn't like jump him or cut the angle, because we on the men banks on the man side. So obviously you got to respect the threat of game with getting picked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but although I am respecting the game, I didn't set straight back. If you
Right.
can see, I still set more of an angle, because I'm looking at Maurice as soon as the ball snapped. And as soon as I don't see his helmet come my way, I feel like I'm free. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
getting picked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the decision you got to make quick. And I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying, because I'm making a decision so quick. But I'd rather be good on Myles Garrett and try to recover on the game than be good on the game and get fucking blasted by Myles Garrett running full speed. So right here, I still was able to vertical set and still cut the angle. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And see, now I got him to where he had to stutter his feet. Now, when he stuttered his feet, even if he turned into a bull, I done took away the momentum. So now, as soon as I see him stutter his feet, my anxiety goes down, because I know, like, all right, I'm in a good place. Regardless, he can't start a rush right now that's going to knock me back 5 yards. You can see
After stuttering,
when we make contact, we're 5 yards away from the quarterback. So now I just gotta hold on. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be hard.
Withstand the rush.
Just hold on, withstand the rush, ball out. We live to fight another play.
Man, I think that was great. I think that's some great info that some young offensive linemen can learn from. And appreciate you again joining the show, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
It's been a pleasure, great convo, both football and life, and that's what I want to give the fans and bring them in closer to the game. Really control our own narrative, and really show and tell, like, the part of football that we love,
Right.
and give them things throughout the game to watch and key on, and hopefully they get more knowledgeable about football.
Yeah.
And so that's my point of the show and why I started it. And so having guys like you on to really be able to teach the game as well is super helpful. So appreciate you having.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you coming on the show. Appreciate having you. And that's a wrap for another episode of Third and Long, presented by Verizon. Like always, hit the like button, subscribe, comment. This show is all about you guys and what the content you guys want to see and bring you closer to the game. I'll see you on another episode of Third and Long soon.
Hey, cut the notifications on too, man, so you know when this stuff drops. Feel me?